What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more techno, back with some more Avinit records. I mentioned before, Acid Steve's label, been running for about 10 years now. Every release is excellent, lots of different variety and flavors and different artists on the label, so big ups to Acid Steve once again. We're going to listen to a tune by OB1, another tune by Ollie. This one is called Fuck Das System, so if you speak German you could probably conjugate the definite article there. Regardless, this is on Avinit 6. It's from 2016, so we're looking at a tune about 6 years old. Like I said, big shout out to the label, big ups to Acid Steve. And once we get done with this, I'm sure you'll be giving props to OB1 because this tune is fucking awesome. So let's get it. The original tune that I bought this for was the Acid Steve tune, which is excellent, mad as hell. Once again, it's a tune that samples Network. Shout out to that movie that sort of predicted cable news like 20 years before it became a thing. But here we go, Fuck Das System by OB1 on Avinit Records, Avinit 6, 2016. It's quieter than normal. Hold on. According to this, it's at normal. Real sort of like rattling techno cage kind of feel. Hey. Cymbals have like a crazy rhythm to them. Like that sort of like bamboo kind of percussion rhythm. I like that synth a lot. It's sort of like a creaking synth, but it's being used as kind of like a melodic lead. I do love the rolling, kind of rumbling bass line too. All these little percussive and synth rhythms have their own little sonic story, but now the way they're blending all together, it's like this, again, dense kind of techno factory. Belts and pistons and levers. I do like that swoosh. Heard the high percussion key up there right before that measure transition? It's like old Mistra tracks where he would do that a lot. On X tracks. This tune is fantastic. I think I mentioned you know, for those of you who have been following me since my old channel will know that, you know, I talked about a lot. I review tracks on Discogs under the name Mr. Tom Servo going back years and years and years. And if you know Mystery Science Theater, you'll know where that reference comes from. But yeah, I wrote about this release that, you know, it wasn't the tune that I bought the record for, but I think it's since become maybe my favorite tune on the vinyl, and that happens sometimes. You know, you get a record and maybe the A-side really stands out, fucking yeah, I gotta buy this, whatever, and then over time maybe you still like that tune, but maybe it just sort of falls back into like a pretty good category and you play it every once in a while. But every once in a while, like the B1 tune or the B2 tune, you'll listen, you know what, fuck, this really is good. And then eventually you come to like it more than any other tune on the record, including the one that you originally bought it for. So sometimes that happens, even if, let's say, the tune that you did buy it for, it doesn't fade. Let's say it doesn't go down to pretty good category. It still might remain a great tune to you, but the other tune will kind of rise up to that same level after successive listens. And I think that happened with me with this one. I'll have to go back and look exactly what I wrote on this record. But I do think it was something to that effect that, like, damn, like, Fuck Das System kind of really surprised me in terms of, you know, I bought it, I liked it, and then that tune really started to stand out more and more. So, yeah, it does happen. Kind of got like deep and echoey, the creaking, like melodic synth. I like the intensity and dissonance of that layer. It's like a error message that you have to like manually like dismiss. Like you can't ignore it is what I mean to say. So that new kind of high dissonant error warning message synth mixed with that creaking sort of melodic synth. It's a great compliment. That synth really makes the second half of this tune. Again, just this rolling, rumbling bass line. And again, that keyed up, like, high percussion right before the measure break. I love that. I'm not sure I really, like, focused on that before. Again, listening to these tunes in this fashion, you know, been mixing some of these records, you know, going back 25 years, some of them more recent, but I've used this in several mixes, but I don't know if I've ever really focused on that, like, the way the hats and the cymbals kind of like key up. And if you are mixing out, you surely will have started your transition there, if not earlier. Nice dismantling, disassembling outro. Another one of those long swooshes. Back to this sort of like percussive, like hitting pots and pans sort of rhythm. Did I mention I'm a big fan of the rolling bass line in that tune? Yeah, it's incredible. As I said, massive fan of his work in general. Going back to when I first heard, I think the first tune I ever heard by him was on Brain Gravy. It was the one with the Jello Biafra sample, We Will Get Fooled Again. Shout out to that track, shout out to Jello Biafra and the Dead Kennedys. or at least the original sort of lineup of the Dead Kennedys. Nevertheless, don't get distracted, Shnootz. I am a huge fan of his work, and you know, I remember when I first got, I actually have 2 copies of the first System Rejects. I know, call me a greedy bastard, but yeah, his factory grade on that record, fucking hell, like, arguably a contender still for one of my very favorite tunes by him. And if you haven't seen, I just reacted to his Existention on the Tense Tracks 1, Tension Music 3. What a brilliant tune that is. Starts as a like real kind of techno warehouse chugging sort of thumping techno track, and by the end it really works in a nice couple of dissonant layers of acid and sort of atmosphere. So really like that tune, very dynamic. So what I'm saying is he's been making great tunes for like over a decade, just, you know, fantastic work. So if you don't know OB1's tunes, please do check them out. If you don't know Acid Steve's label, Avinit, please check it out as well. Many good records, still copies available on Discogs. And as I said, been around for about a decade, and I think there is another one in the tunnel. I talked to Acid Steve when I did a reaction to one of his videos, and I believe he said yes, there are plans for more releases. So very happy to hear that. Anyway, let me know if you have any requests, any recommendations. I don't know how many of my techno people have followed me from the other channel. Hopefully over the next little bit I either get control of the original channel. It's still up in the air. I probably won't find out till next week, and then when I do, it's possible that I might have to just take the content from there over here. At least I could do that. That would be nice, because right now there's like literally like 300 reaction videos that I did that aren't on my computer anymore, so I can't upload them here, but they're just sitting on this other channel that I don't have access to. Or it's possible I could get access to both channels, and then if I mentioned if that happens, this channel would likely become my regular music reaction channel, hip-hop and punk rock and classical music and so on, and the other channel would probably become more focused on all my electronic dance music activities, be it techno, goa trance, hardcore, what have you. So yeah, anyway, like I said, let me know if you have any requests or recommendations. Other than that, have a good day, have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.